Hey guys, this is Tommy with FullServiceMixing.com. Today I'm going to talk about how to get us your session if you do not use Pro Tools. So if you do not use Pro Tools, what we need are your stems. So I'm going to use Pro Tools as an example because I don't have Logic installed at the moment or any other DAW. We primarily use Pro Tools. We always mix in Pro Tools. So I'm going to talk about the best way to get your files to us so we can import them into Pro Tools. Here's a session that I mixed a couple weeks back, and basically if I were to send this session to someone and they didn't have Pro Tools, I would need to stem everything out. So basically how that's going to work is I need to stem everything from the session start. So what I need to do is, there's a couple ways to go about this, and I guess I'll run through a couple of the ways to do it. One way is the easiest way, but it's the longest way, which is to highlight your track completely. Make sure everything starts at the very top of the session. You want everything to start at the very top. That way when I bring everything in, everything lines up. Vocals, even if there's nothing here, like all this empty space, we still need that in the session. So if you can, in your DAW, if you can consolidate like that, which in Pro Tools is Shift-Option-3, that's what we need you to do. Now if you don't consolidate and your files look like this, then what we need you to do is highlight your file, each and every one of them, hit solo, and then export or bounce it, and then bounce that file into a folder. That way we have just that audio clip soloed starting from the very top. That way when we import everything, everything lines up. We don't have to move anything around, which has been a problem in the past. We'll get files that are all over the place, like they'll bounce, someone will bounce just this, and then this will end up over here, and then we'd have to try to find where to put it. That doesn't work. So that's one way to do it. Just to recap, that's to highlight it, solo it, export it, or bounce it. In Logic, I'm pretty sure you can export everything individually, but this is more so about us needing everything to start at the session top. Alright, another way to do it is to, like I said, highlight, consolidate, and then export it from your region list, which would be here. Export clips as files, and then choose where you want to put it, export it, done, and then you do that for each file. Now typically what you'd want to do is you just want to highlight everything and then consolidate everything. That way you can highlight all of them, right click, and then export all of them at once. Right? Tweakhead, use the best conversion quality. 44:148 is fine, whatever you want to do. Make sure you're exporting them in WAV also. Interleaved, we always want at least 24-bit or 32-bit. Always WAV, always 44:1 or 48, always 24-bit or 32, nothing less. Alright, now that we discussed exporting, let's talk about what you need to do when you do bounce them or export them. When exporting this way, plugins will not be applied. Nothing will be applied. It will be completely raw. But if you're not doing that and you're doing it the bounce way, which would be to go to bounce to, or in Logic would be to export as WAV, stuff like that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to disable your plugins. You can leave the volumes the same. That's fine, because when we bring in your session, it'll be leveled out the way you like it. Obviously we'll make adjustments and we'll change it sometimes dramatically if need be, but it's better if we have things in volumes the way you like them. That way we can hear what you were going for. Now let's talk about plugins for a second. Not all plugins need to be disabled. For example, if there's an effect you love, like this doubler, right, and you have it on this tiny little vocal or effect, you can leave it on there. If we need something without a plugin, we'll ask you for it. We'll say, hey, this track, lead dupe 16, can you remove the compressor or the doubler or the auto tune, stuff like that. So some plugins you can leave on, which are effects more so. Some you can leave on if they are creating an effect, like an EQ that creates a telephone effect. That would be fine. But yeah, and if you want to, you could submit your stems completely dry and completely at 0, and you could submit another set of stems with all your effects and all your plugins and your volumes. I mean, that would give us the most control and the most benefit. But if you want to make things easier on yourself, you can just do completely dry stems and we'll be just fine with that. So let's see. All right, let's consolidate these and let's export them. Let's say these are all your session files. These are the stems in your session. You've bounced them or you've done whatever. So let's go ahead and export these. We'll export them as WAV, 24-bit, interleaved. We don't want the stereo tracks to become mono. We will choose desktop and we'll create a folder called your session song. Create, export. Alright, so we're back on the desktop where we exported the session stems. We open the folder. Here they all are, all starting at 0 from the session start. That way when they're imported into Pro Tools, they all line up perfectly. So then what you're going to do with your folder is you're going to right click and you're going to compress it with a Mac. If you're on a PC, you can use WinZip, WinRAR, whatever zips it up, they all work. So after that, fullservicemixing.com/upload-form.html. This is going to bring you to our upload form. You're going to put in your first and last name. Let's put in Ron Jenkins. Ron@jenkins.com. This can be Skype, this can be Google, this can be Facebook, whatever a secondary contact. It can be your phone number. Song name is anything. We will rise. Song key, A major. Song BPM tempo, 198. It's a fast song. All right. Agreed song price, 192. Full session stem. If you need to know what these are, go to the mixing page. Basically, do you need your stems back maybe for live performances? Maybe you just want to make adjustments, stuff like that. Clean edit, profanity, self-explanatory, or none. Additional information, tell us your references. You can put reference YouTube links in there. You can say, I have a problem with the kick, or I have a problem with the snare, or I have problems with the background vocals. Things you want us to address our attention to. So we put whatever. We want a full session stem and a clean edit. Then you will proceed to upload, where it will direct you to our WeTransfer page. Our email address will be there. You put in your email address, type in whatever you want, hit transfer, and once that's done, we'll open up your session, make sure everything's good, and we'll let you know we're about to start. And that's about it. So that wraps up this video. Talk to you soon.